The world awoke on the morning of January 4th, 2026, to a new reality. Overnight, the geopolitical landscape of the Western Hemisphere was irrevocably changed. What followed was a precise, violent extraction. Elite US forces, a reported fusion of military special operators and the FBI's hostage rescue team, descended by helicopter. They breached the compound, located the presidential couple, and dragged them from their bedroom. The operation was swift. Maduro and Flores were flown to the waiting USS Iwo Jima in the Caribbean, and from there transported to New York City. By dawn, the objective was clear. The president of Venezuela was in an American jail cell, facing freshly unsealed US indictments for narco-terrorism. The question echoed across capitals. Why now? The administration of President Donald Trump presented a mosaic of motives. They painted Maduro as the ultimate narco-terrorist, whose regime was directly responsible for flooding American streets with deadly drugs. There was also the matter of oil. Vice President J.D. Vance stated plainly that stolen oil must be returned, announcing that US companies would now take control of selling Venezuela's vast crude reserves. The timing was ruthless with theater. Just hours before the raid, Maduro had been on state television, meeting with a high-level Chinese delegation. The American strike, coming so soon after, was widely interpreted as a blunt message to Beijing about who held dominion in this hemisphere. And there was the domestic promise, a campaign pledge from 2024, now fulfilled with stunning speed. President Trump had told voters he would fix Venezuela fast. As his new term began, he had a dramatic foreign policy victory. In his own words, President Trump framed the mission as one of liberation. We're going to run the country until such time as we can do a safe, proper, and judicious transition, he said, promising peace, liberty, and justice for the great people of Venezuela. But he offered no timeline, only a pledge of very strong American involvement in Venezuela's oil sector, a partnership with corporate America. As the sun rose on January 3rd, the raid was over, but the crisis was born. The United States settled into a stance of temporary occupation, its duration open-ended, with immediate plans to auction Venezuela's oil wealth. But who would rule? The fractured Venezuelan opposition was thrown into disarray. Some, like figurehead Maria Corina Machado, demanded the immediate installation of the man widely believed to have won the 2024 election. Others debated the price of cooperating with an American military occupation. In Caracas, the remnants of Maduro's government denounced an imperial kidnapping. Loyalists and Chavista hardliners vowed popular resistance, while the whereabouts of key regional military commanders became a troubling mystery. The international reaction was a chorus of condemnation, split only by volume. From Mexico City to Moscow, from Brasilia to Beijing, leaders decried a blatant violation of national sovereignty and the United Nations Charter. Even regional neighbors critical of Maduro could not endorse the unilateral military action. Only a handful of close US allies offered quiet, qualified support. Inside Venezuela, the human reality set in. Blackouts darkened Caracas. Lines for food and medicine stretched for blocks. American troops moved to secure ports and oil installations, promising to restore order, while civilians feared the twin specters of looting and violent reprisal. The bottom line is a stark fait accompli. The sitting head of state has been removed by force. American soldiers now patrol Venezuelan soil. Washington controls the largest proven oil reserves on Earth, all under the ambiguous banner of an indefinite transition. The world is now divided not by ideology, but by the raw question of legitimacy. Is this the end of a long dictatorship, or the beginning of a new colonial chapter? The flashpoints ahead are numerous and dangerous. Who will be the interim leader? Will a Chavista insurgency ignite? How long will American forces remain if the cost in blood and treasure rises? And can any government that follows ever be seen as legitimate by the world community? The story now moves to the halls of the United Nations, to Emergency Security Council sessions, and to the oil fields of the Orinoco Belt. The raid lasted only hours, but its consequences will define the hemisphere for years to come.